Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me video. I really like these because they're the most raw footage possible out there, so I like watching these and I like filming them. Let's jump right in. I'm gonna start off with my skincare. I'm just gonna take the MAC Life'll See. This is the Marine Bright formula. It is a softening lotion spray, so it just preps the skin ready for any skincare to be applied on, and it just helps absorb easier. So today's choice of eye cream will be the Caudalie Premier Crew. So how's everyone been? I know it's been a minute since I've been on here again. I've just been so busy with Illy. If you guys have any kids, you guys already know it's definitely a handful, especially with my exciting little girl. She's very active. She's almost like 5 kids in one, to be honest. If you have ever met her, a lot of people tell me that she is a hoot. She like never lose energy unless she's sleeping. That's the only time she's resting, her sleeping time. Moisturizer, today I'm going to use the Boscia. This is the oil-free daily hydration. That's SPF 15, just because you want some sunscreen every day. I cannot stress that enough. So yesterday, because Tuesdays and Wednesdays the restaurant's closed, that means usually Jules and I get to hang out when Illy's at school, but today Jules went for his haircut. That's why he's not here right now. He's gonna pick up Illy for us, which is sweet. But yesterday when Illy was at her school, we went to get coffee together at Starbucks. We haven't been to Starbucks in so long. We always try to make coffee at home, save some money, you know, not drink so much outside, like get Starbucks so much, because we used to get Starbucks a lot. So we went to Starbucks yesterday over by near her school, kind of, or by the restaurant, and I bumped into one of my old coworkers, Angie, and it was nice catching up with her. It definitely made me realize that I don't miss working at Sephora. So I never really talked about Sephora, like how my employment there was and everything. In the beginning it was amazing. I love my team, and then things started to change. My team started leaving, like each one started breaking down, like we started leaving here and there, transferring to different stores, and you know, it just brought all those memories back when I was not happy at Sephora. Because late in my years, I'm gonna put some lip balm on. This is the Fresh Sugar and Coral, has a tint to it. I just felt like overwhelmed and overworked. So, you know, obviously you guys know Sephora is a global corporation. So therefore they have multiple locations. They have tons of workers, employees, cast members, what we call us. I'm sure you guys have seen many videos on YouTube about people venting like, oh, why I quit this job, why I quit that job. So I finally left Sephora is because mainly I felt like I wasn't growing anymore with them, as in like I didn't feel that I was expanding my experience and my knowledge. You know, I was the PBA there. If you guys didn't know what PBA was, it's the personal beauty advisor, where you come in for a 90-minute consultation where I take you around the store, whatever you want to learn, I customize it. So if you want to learn about hair, I'll talk to you about hair. If you want to learn about nails, I'll talk to you about nails. At that time they had a lot of nail polish. We're gonna apply primer, I forgot about that. So Fenty primer, apply this everywhere. When I was PBA there, it was fairly new to my store location. Only the SF Downtown Powell, the big one at Union Square, had it at that time. This was a long time ago, by the way, guys. So they decided to take it mainstream. So they decided to pull it across a lot of different stores and make more of a profit that way by gaining more VIP Rouges and more clientele that way. Because you know how Nordstrom has their own loyalty program where if you spend a certain amount of money or with their program, you get special services that are catered to you. So that's their take on that service. Using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. This is in the shade 1.0. I'm about 2.0, but it's okay. I can make it work by adding some bronzer and a darker powder. Back to that story. I was a PBA and I felt like everything when that launched for our store, it was just all mayhem. So at the moment I was already like, was a class facilitator. So I was one of the teachers, aka teachers, for the Sephora classes at my store location. Me among 2 other at the moment, 2 other educators, facilitators. So with facilitating, you have to be certified with Sephora with their own program. Same with PBAs, you have to be certified as well. So it's not just anyone they pull off the floor, it's someone who's certified, who knows the service, who knows one-on-one, who has customer service, who has experience with teaching and educating and managing to balance sales as well as knowledge. So at that time, at that moment, like when I first got offered the position to be PBA, when I was PBA for a while actually, they didn't pay me the rate that I was promised. And when I spoke to my store director at that time, she basically laughed in my face when I told her like I'm supposed to get a raise, I believe, for being in this position. And she kind of just laughed in my face saying that no, we can't afford that, to pay that. And I'm just like, so you want me to do extra work without the extra pay is what you're saying? And obviously I felt like that just shows that Sephora doesn't appreciate me, and if they don't appreciate me, why stick around? I was with that company for 5 years. In case you guys didn't know the backstory, I was with them for 5 years, a little bit over 5 years, and then I decided to leave Sephora and went with MAC. MAC was good and all, everyone was really sweet. Actually, they're not as like mean as everyone say. Maybe I got lucky with my team at my counter, but they were really sweet. I love them. They're very, very nice to me. They're very welcoming. It's just that I didn't like the system of MAC where they push the numbers on you. Like, that's the only thing downside about that. I felt like I was doing commission, but I wasn't making commission. As in like my specific counter, like only Nordstrom counters make commission, I believe. That's what they told us. But our counter, because I was in the Macy's, they didn't make commission. So I didn't make anything extra if you were to like say buy a whole brush set from me, specifically this artist. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever floats your boat. It doesn't matter if you buy from my coworker or buy from me, whoever, it doesn't matter to me. But we do have our own individual goals, which is what I'm trying to tell you. They make you have your own individual goals, and if you don't hit that goal, you get talked to, a warning. So I believe you get 3 chances. So if 3 times you don't meet your goal, you will get let go. So they will fire you, in other words, because they see that you're not efficient, or that you're not, maybe not efficient, because I'm pretty efficient. It's just that you're not selling the way they want you to sell. And that's where it comes hard, because coming from Sephora, who is not commission based, I mean, we have goals for the whole team, the whole store, daily goals, but we don't have like individual goals where if you don't make that goal, you will get specifically talked to, your individual self. It's more like a team effort thing. With MAC, it's not like that. We all have individual goals to meet in the end of the overall goal. So let's say my coworker made her goal. My team was nice enough where they would pass on their client to me so I can hit my goal, just to help support me, because obviously I'm a newbie in the team. But as for, I'm gonna finish Sephora first. As for Sephora, they were very, besides the fact that there's no commission and everything, that felt stress-free, it felt great, but there was a lot of miscommunication at my location. I don't know about everyone else's location of Sephora. So basically there was just a lot of miscommunication. I felt like no one was on the same page. No one knew what was going on exactly. Every day when we start, you get a daily dose of a video training, and then also a touch base, which is the manager will talk to the manager of the day, or the manager of the hour will talk to you and like talk about numbers, talk about the goal for the day, what we're trying to achieve, what is a special occasion, all these things, and how many appointments we have for makeovers, such things like that. If I have any PBA appointments, at the moment they call it PBCs, personal beauty consultations, and such like that. But what I didn't like is that if there was to have any events or such things like that, it wasn't announced to the managers that was doing a touch base at that moment. For like, let's say my manager A was the opening manager, right? So she touched base with us, we got what we need to know, and then manager B comes in like late afternoon and tells us, oh, we had to do this. So then we're like, wait, how come we didn't know this ahead of time? Now you tell us hella late, where we can't do that no more, achieve that goal you want us to do. And then, you know, they're like, oh, well, they just told us now. And then, you know, some of us get kind of flustered, because us employees who are usually there longer, because when the manager opens, they come in extra early. And then the people who do open with them, like we come in like near opening time. So the opening manager leaves for the day. It usually is the ops manager anyway, operations in the back. And then they're gone, so we can't really like confront them like, hey, what happened? Why, how come you didn't tell us about this? We're supposed to do this, and then we left with little time to do this, and then we're all in trouble. Well, not really in trouble like written up or anything like that, but more like talked to, like, hey, Eva, you should have had this done and this done. I'm like, I had no idea I had to do this. No one told me. The message never came to me. No one left me a note on my locker, whatever it may be. I don't mind notes on my locker personally. Some people don't like it. I like that because I like to be in the know, and I don't like to be like blindsided like this. So a lot of that miscommunication was happening. A lot, like tons of it. Like everybody's just like, okay, so how come no one told me this? I don't know. So at that time, there's something called DIC, which is director in charge of the hour. So every hour at Sephora, so this is their way of kind of cheating the system for them, because other places, you know, other retailer beauty stuff, they have a real manager, assistant manager, things like that. But instead of paying multiple managers, they decide to have employees, which is cast member like us, cast members, to start DICing, which is director in charge, which is someone who is doing managerial responsibilities, like making sure everyone go on their lunch on time, break on time, everything like that, go to the bathroom, come back, deviate all the appointments, things like that, that we are trained to have to do, but not getting paid the manager role. So that was already a red flag. I mean, that was like that since I first got there 5 years ago, and I started working with them back in, what was it? I just had Illy, 2011. So October 2011, I remember that, 10/10/11. That's when I started working with them. And it's been like that ever since I started. Near the end of my career with them, that's when they started telling us like, oh, that should have never happened. Cast members should not be DICing. They should be concentrating on customer service and makeovers and sales and doing their own thing. And I'm like, well, this is as long as I known for 5 years I worked here. This is how they were. So my store specifically, I felt like was a stepping stone for a lot of managers and leads and cast members who are like, we're like the stepping stone. We're like the step you would take to get to your goal. We're not the step that you will stay at. That's how I felt like our store was being treated. It's one of those stores that's like, it's not necessarily the fast-paced Union Square big store like Powell, but it was big enough where people can get trained and get the training they would need for Powell or for somewhere else as a bigger volume store. So I just felt like as we lost our manager, like our store director and assistant store director or whatever, as they were leaving here and there, like trickling away from our store, transferring, whatnot, I just felt like we were stuck with getting new ones who are getting training at our store. And then of course each one of them always gives us the false story of, yes, I'm gonna be your permanent store director or your whatever lead, whatever, right? So then it only takes time for someone who will start realizing this is all a joke. This is all a joke. No one says anything is like consistent. I could ask this manager over here, this lead over here, hey, so I heard that I'm supposed to do this and this, and they're like, no, you're supposed to do XYZ. But that manager said I'm supposed to do ABC. So you're like, don't know what to do. You're like, who am I supposed to listen to? And then you ask the store director, and the store director is like, oh, well, you gotta talk to the assistant store director, which is the one that's supposed to run the store. So the assistant store director, I felt like, is the one that runs the store. The top store director of your store is supposed to be making sure everything's in place, all the logistics, all the sales, all the back stuff of the store, making sure we're getting the items we're supposed to get and things like that. Like deviating jobs to people is what that is. So the assistant store director, the one that AKA so be babying us is our mama, doesn't know exactly what's going on, not all the time at least, not all of them. And that one was getting switched so much that I don't know who to listen to. You just get to the point where you're like, I'm not listening to nobody then, because no one knows what they're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. I seem to know more than you guys. And it's like, how can an employee, how can a cast member know more than a manager? Like, it just makes no sense. If it got to that point, then you know something's wrong. The training, I don't know what. And then like near my end of my job there, they start hiring external. So internal, external. So internal is meaning saying like, oh, they hire someone who's from like a different location, Sephora. We, you know, decide to promote them or whatever, demote them, whatever it may be, so they be in that role that we need for our store. Because a lot of people are leaving Sephora because of that reason, I'm sure. And also, of course, the pay. Don't even get me on the pay. The pay for sure sucked at Sephora. The gratis was good, but then again, you gotta think about it. How am I gonna feed my baby? At that time, my baby was small. She was like 2 or whatnot. You know, I just had her, so literally when I left, she was 5 when I left the company. So how do you expect me to pay, how do you expect me to feed my baby with gratis? Am I supposed to feed her with a hairspray? Am I supposed to feed her nail polish you're giving me? Like, all these things, they don't take in priority, like thinking like, okay, oh snap, like we should be paying them like what we should be paying them. I want to say half the store is still getting paid under the amount that they should be paid for what they're doing, the roles that they're doing. So on back to where I was talking about the PBA thing, where I like talked to my store director at the time, like, hey, I'm supposed to get a raise for this. I remember the trainers, because when we got trained and certified, it was in Vegas. It was a nice trip in Vegas that they trained us. The people training us actually told us, the facilitators of the training told us like, hey, you're gonna see a pay raise for this, a little bit of a bump. So that obviously encourages us to try harder. So when I like make sure you tell your I mean your store director is already aware, but just remind them when you get back. I'm like, okay. So I remind her. So I came to tell her, I'm like, oh hey, I'm supposed to tell you, I believe I'm supposed to be seeing a pay bump by now. And then she just laughed in my face like, haha, no, there's no way we can afford that. And I'm like, oh okay, but that's what they told me up top for training of this program. And they're like, well, they haven't told me nothing. I haven't got no email, I haven't got no message. So until that happens, you're gonna stay the same. So I was working PBA for, I want to say a solid 4 months, if not 5 months, of that PBA role without that PBA pay, the salary that they promised me by hourly. And when she finally got the message and found out, because I was starting to like complain, she finally looked into it more and realized, oh, you were supposed to get that pay. So that's when she gave me the bump, when she finally like found out. And then I'm just like, am I gonna get the back pay on the rest of the months that I missed out on that I've been doing? Because I'm like, dude, a PBA average, honestly, because you know Sephora stuff ain't cheap. Average a Sephora PBA like baskets from a customer, from a client, I want to say is about $500 to $1,000 a basket, because those clients are usually high, like VIB Rouge. They're usually willing to spend tons and tons of money as long as they get the knowledge they want, whatever they want to learn. So I was making them like close to $800 baskets to almost maybe sometime $1,100 baskets, okay? And I'm not getting paid jack shit. I'm getting paid the same thing as that lady on the fragrance wall is making. She's just standing there making samples for fragrances. Like, I'm doing all this while she stands there with fragrances. No offense, like, I mean, I was at that point too. I was standing there making fragrance samples for a long time, so I've been there. I know how it is. No shade to her. I'm just saying that it's not fair for Sephora to try to put me as this role and not pay me, but yet pay me the same as the girl over there at the fragrance wall. Maybe $1 more than her. $1 more than her. Come on, guys. I live in SF, so I work in SF. And SF is like freaking expensive. You guys don't know about SF? SF is expensive. You ever think about moving here? A house, minimum starting, it's $1 million. $1 million. And it's not like the extravagant big homes you think about when you hear $1 million home. No, it's like a dingy little 2-floor building home with 1-car garage. Like, just an image for you. And the houses are like attached to your next door neighbor wall, so you can hear your neighbors. I'm just saying, that's how expensive and ridiculous SF became. I mean, at that time it was still expensive too, you know what I mean? Especially after the dip in 07. I'm just rambling now, sorry guys. Okay, so I finished baking. I applied my foundation powder. I used my Dior skin powder. Use RCMA mixed with Bare Minerals mineral veil in here for bakage. This is gonna be a long ass video, sorry. All right, so we're gonna go into some eyebrows, shall we? Before I spend all day on my face. That's that with that. But yeah, that's why I left the company, honestly. Plus also I wasn't growing, and like plus my team was like changing, like it's new people coming in. They were starting to hire like anybody they can get to that has like no experience in beauty or anything. I'm like, I mean, it's okay, I don't mind training them, but if they're like gonna be, and they had me training people too, like they had me like, oh, can she shadow you so they can learn some stuff? I'm like, okay, sure, you know, it's fine. This is the Ole Henriksen Grease Relief Facial Water. I'm just gonna use this to mist my face to make everything set in place and prevent any shininess throughout the day. And it smells very good too. You know, I just felt like my team was changing. Like it wasn't the same people anymore. It was starting to be people who are just there standing around not doing their job, and I'm doing like their job as well, even though they're getting paid. It's like, I'm not getting your paycheck, why am I doing your job? Like it just gets very frustrating because they're starting to hire these people who are just literally bodies. So if you guys ever notice when you go to Sephora, it's legit just bodies around. They don't know what they're doing, they're not helping you, they're not trying to help you. They're just trying to stand around and get paid and gossip about YouTube gurus and shows and talk about makeup products to them amongst themselves. So if you ever look at reviews of Sephora, besides the touristy attraction one, like specifically like the big one in Union Square, that one's good reviews because of tourists and because of the volume control. They get a lot of visits from corporate and such like that to make sure everything's intact. As for our store, they only visit our store because we're like a flagship store where we're like anything new will come to our store first and we try it out. So we're like the guinea pig of the group. We're like the black sheep of the family, and they come to check that out. Not so much to see how we are doing, but seeing the store how it's doing. Y'all probably don't know, but y'all know now. I just have bad memories of that place in the end, you know, when I left. But yeah, that just sprung up all those memories when I saw my coworker. Like, she was my old lead, and she was a lead that came later on too. So she came from Powell too, so she knows how to handle her shit, and she's a mom of 2. Hey Angie, if you're watching. But no, as I was saying, like it just brought back all those bad memories in the end of my time with them. Okay, I'm using the Tarte Amazonian clay. I'm still using this guy. I'm trying to finish it up. Medium brown is the shade. I'm using a Crown Angle brush, I believe. I know it's not my shade because this is when I was like more of a lighter brunette, but I usually use a black mascara anyway to define my hair. But on a brighter note, I think everything happens for a reason. Honestly, I'm a lot happier now. I get to spend time with my family and really spend time with my girl. My baby girl, not so baby anymore. She's 8 now, if you guys don't know. It's insane how big she became. You know, a lot of people have been asking me like, are you planning to have more babies? And it's just like, it's definitely a sensitive topic to talk about. You know, people will assume like, oh, they're just choosing not to have another one. But it's like, we're not choosing to have another one. It's more like, sometimes the things you want really bad doesn't happen. And it gets frustrating. And the more you talk about it, the more sad or upset you be. So I don't talk about it much. But let's just say we do want more kids, maybe just one more, but I don't know. Seeing my brother's baby, if you guys didn't know, my brother had a baby, my new sister-in-law. The baby's so freaking cute. I'm like having baby fever. And you know, people don't talk about these things because it's not a fun topic to talk about, but like, just because you had a kid already doesn't mean it's easy for everyone to have another kid. Everyone make it seem so easy, like, oh yeah, just have another one, just pop another one out. It's like, you really don't think, like, if I never said like I don't want more kids, you really don't think I want more kids? Like, you really think it's okay for you to ask that all the time when you see me? Sometimes it's just like, dude, mind your own business. Obviously they have their own reasons, you know. I wouldn't overstep boundaries like that, like, oh, when are you gonna have another kid? And like, if you already asked once, you don't need to ask again. They remember you asked already from the last year you asked. So every time my parents ask me, I'm just like, oh, you know, parents have no filter. That's how it is. It's all, they come from a place of love, I know, but it just makes me more anxious, more, I don't know. That's about that. You know, life is not always dandy. Things happen. You just don't know. You can't always assume everyone's like in the same place as you. You can't assume. You don't know what's going on in their lives. You can't really do much about that, really. So because the beauty community been so saturated, I haven't really been filming on here on my main channel because of that. And then all these drama things happening, I'm just like, okay. I'm just over here floating around like, I'm just gonna do my tutorial. Like nothing's happening. Because to me is not relevant. It's just like, dude, people are just in it for the drama, for a drama show. They should just make drama channels out here, like on YouTube, like TV, you know, because we are basically TV. That's what YouTube means. Might as well be a drama channel. I mean like a drama channel as in like a TV show drama channel style, and not just beauty tutorial mixed with that. And also like people's pages who are starting to get like mixed up with vlogs, I get kind of confused. I'm like, huh? I came here for strictly beauty stuff. Why is it a vlog channel now? And then they juggle from vlog to beauty channel or beauty footage. I'm just like, separate those, please. This is why it's a TV program, no? On you online. That's what it stands for. So I have to like, because I have a specific vlog channel where I watch people's vlogs, and then my beauty channel, I'm only subscribed to beauty channels. My main channel, I'm only subscribed to main beauty channels. I only want to see beauty stuff, and I'm in the mood. Like if my daughter and my husband's not home, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna try to finally catch up on watching people's beauty videos, because vlog channels I can watch for my daughter, because most of the time I'm subscribed to people who are family oriented and like not vulgar and that sort. It gets frustrating when I have to filter it out myself. I wish YouTube would do that, like filter it out for us. Like, hey, your channel's like starting to get mixed up and confuse the audience as to, is your channel beauty or vlog? I don't get it, lifestyle vlog. And they should like filter that out. That'd be awesome. As I'm getting older, I'm definitely noticing more and more like age spots and freckles and such things like that. I'm like, oh, I'm turning into my mother. My mom has a lot of freckles. I'm constantly trying to like make sure I don't have that. Putting on anti-aging cream, all these things that they make us wear to make sure we don't get it. All right, I'm taking this bronzer, I believe is a Clinique one. I forgot what it's called. I put it in my old MAC packaging. I love this one still, the Wonder Woman. I make Captain Marvel now. Taking the, what is this? Sulfated MAC 109, my go-to contour brush. Isn't it crazy how YouTube became like related to celebrities now? Even celebrities are on YouTube now. Like I see that J-Lo be uploading her vlogs sometimes with her kids. I'm like, oh, I'm like, wow. It's definitely became very, very intense and big. Like even they trying to make money off of there, you know what I mean? By showing the raw footage of themselves without having to really pay a deal or, you know, make a deal like how, you know, Beyonce did with Homecoming, which I haven't ever seen yet. But I'm sure she had to make a deal of some sort to be on that platform. But you see celebrities on YouTube, they're like, I'm not trying to pay to be on a deal or agreement of some sort that can like has contingencies, which is very smart, I think. It's an expensive world, man, and it's hard to filter out all the good channels with the bad channels. Sometimes the good channels get overflowed by bad ones because all they promote is bad channels. I feel like all the ones that are really silly and clickbait. I get really frustrated when I get clickbaited, but most of the time I don't get clickbaited just because I know better than that since I've been on here for so long. And I gotta really keep an eye on Illy, what she watches on YouTube too, on YouTube Kids. I mean, I only have her on YouTube Kids, but I feel like even YouTube Kids sometimes filter in like those bad channels, like the cartoon ones, but like they're not really talking about good things. They're talking about nasty things or scary, weird things. I really gotta watch because it shows in my history. It shows up what she's watching, so I can always confront her and talk to her about it. Or if I notice that she's watching something weird, I'm always constantly on top of her about that. I'm like, what are we watching? And she's only allowed screen time on weekends and a limit of hours because I cannot have her be one of those children that I see in the streets on that gadget all day long, girl. No, 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 that's not good. They're so young, you know? Like, go outside and play. And I love that Illy loves to play too outside still. She's like, let's go to the park. And I do admit that I haven't really been taking her to the park. I'm not a big fan of outdoors or bugs. I really hate bugs. That's mainly the main reason. I just hate bugs. I feel like they always get in my hair and I'm like, I feel like it's all over me. That's just me though. I'm just a little bit crazy. I'm gonna use this blush from the NARS palette. This is the Guy Borden. I'm using this color. I think it's Orgasm. I'm going to Reno soon with like a big family trip. We haven't had one of those since I was little. Like with my family, with my cousin, with his kid, with my sister's kid, with my brother's kid. It's gonna be a big family. I'm gonna vlog that, don't worry. I've been really into vlogging, like I said, and making sure I'm uploading memories. So I want those moments in there, you know, so I can look back. I just regret not having to be able to film Illy that much when she was little, just because I was too busy working at Sephora. Oh God, they'd be having me on that closing shift. I'm coming home, everyone's asleep. I eat dinner by myself, go to sleep by myself. So sad. I was just so sad in the end. Like the last 2 years working there, I was just so depressed and sad there and stressed because of that. And I was just like, enough's enough. I need to get out of here. And even now, like the same store, they lost so many good employees. Now it's like a bunch of people I don't know. Like there's only like 3 people I knew from like the newer cast when I first left, but they're like rarely there. That's what my coworker was telling me yesterday. She was like, yeah, they're like there once a month. I'm like, what? And it's funny because they are desperate, so they're like, okay, that's fine, you could stay here for once a month. Because any other company, they're like, you can't just work here once a month. What the heck? Which makes sense. So then, you know, when those once a monthers come back, like the once a month, they don't know what's going on. They don't know anything, which I don't blame them because they don't want to be invested in there anymore. Their feelings and time and all that good stuff. Like, I wouldn't want to be invested either. Shoot. I'm like, girl, I'm just here for a discount. And discount not even that good. It's only 20% off, guys. So employees get 20% off at Sephora and 40% off Sephora branded items. So everything else is like, girl, everything else is expensive. Kendo used to be part of under Sephora's umbrella, so we got 40% off of that when I first started working there. And after like the revamp of Kat Von D and Kendo and stuff like that, they pulled that shit out so fast where like, oh, we're not part of Sephora no more. We're still selling our stuff there, but we're not part of that umbrella anymore. So now it's a higher end expensive brand where you only get 20% off still. And it's crazy now, they like so desperate for money, the corporate is just like the company, that they have 20% off for regular clients, like regular VIB Rouge, like me right now. I'm a VIB Rouge still. I get the employee discount, 20% off. They be having that so often, like twice a year now. I'm just like, dude, that's so messed up. I remember when they first launched that, like 20% off, I was like, seriously, this is the same exact employee amount. That makes no sense for us. It makes you feel like you're not special. We're giving it away to everybody. We're like, oh, that's nice. That's nice that y'all don't care. And then their like anonymous line is not anonymous. I feel like none of them are anonymous. So if you were to call about anything, for sure they'll know it's you, your employee number, your store. They'll know it all. Trust me, girl. Do not call it. All right, we'll buff everything out with this. My favorite brush from MAC, 167 short handle. Buff it all out. I'm gonna just do simple like this. I'm not gonna go anywhere really. I just wanted to chit chat with you and catch up. Should we do like maybe a lip? Looks a little bit put together. So I've just been wearing my blue lens glasses because I've been editing all day my vlogs. Probably what I'm gonna do anyway again. But it's good to catch up. I'm glad to touch you guys up on that. But yeah, I'm going to Reno June 6th to the 8th, I believe. Yeah, with my family. And then I'm gonna go to Vegas with my sister and her husband and my husband. That's like a double date thing. So we've been playing on this phone thing, this slots thing that you can win a free hotel room at Wynn, which we have been playing like crazy. So this is the game. So in case you guys want to play it, you have to be 21 over though, kids. So just letting you guys know. Have your mom play it or something, or maybe have your mom log in. It's on Android and iPhone, so not just for y'all. Okay, so here's the app right here called Wynn Slots. You tap it, Wynn pops up, and it looks like that. And then you can choose different games in here. Like it's just basically slot machine, and the goal is, so these are all the game slots, right? So let's say I'm clicking this one, and you can bet however much you want to bet. And this is all internet money, so it's not real money. I mean, you can buy more of their money with real money, which, you know, I'm not like that because I'm super Asian. I'm like, if it's free, it's for me, girl. I'm not gonna pay for that. So here's the Atlantis one, my favorite. My sister got me into this one. So I'm betting 12,000, and you just hold the button and you can choose how many rolls you want to do. So it automatically does it. So you can do 500, 100, 50, 25. So I do 500 usually. And it just keeps rolling for 500 times. And then when you make money, right up here, this is your bankroll. And then each time you roll, it gains you up to the gems. The gems is the key, guys. So when you get about 1,600 gems, that's when you can book a room at Wynn for free. I believe you only pay for the fees, which is like 40 bucks, I believe, for all the amenities they have and such. That's what the fee is for. But yeah, so you get a free room. So that's what I did. I finally redeemed the free room, and we'll be going in June as well. I noticed that my eyes hurt now when I look at the screen too much. I got older, maybe. Look at it too much and edit too much. So with this, that's all I've been doing. I've been making gems. So this is actually my daughter's phone. Like, technically not my daughter's phone, okay guys? It's my mother-in-law's phone. But since my mother-in-law, if you guys follow my vlog, I will link it here. My mother-in-law passed away a year ago now. Definitely been a tough Mother's Day this past year. So this is her phone, but we kept it just because of sentimental reasons, and because we kept it, it's like, oh, it can just be Ileana's phone and she could play games and such, or like, you know, read books on here or watch her YouTube Kids sometimes on the weekends, which is her, that's when she's allowed to use it. So I've been mining, I'll call it mining, on both phones. So my phone and her phone, I've been mining. So right now she has about 1,100 gems. I've been playing with her phone for about, I want to say, a month now. And my phone, I'm down to 9 gems only because I already redeemed my 1,600 for the one room. It took me a minute to get there, but the trick is to really play it, get the gems up. They have quests that you can like look up as well. So I'm gonna stop it real fast and show you guys the quest. So if you hit the home button right here, home, so home, you're back to the screen, right? The choices of games. So you can click down here. Usually it's a quest here. It tells you if there's a quest, if there's no quest, how many hours left. If there's a quest, you can tap it. These are the things you need to do. So it says go to this certain slot, blah blah blah, go and like roll it 50 times, whatever. So you go to that game specifically. This one is collect 50 ancient coin symbols in this Tree of Gold game. So then you will go to the Tree of Gold game, which is right here. Click on it. You know, I always bet the minimum, 12 grand. And then I'm gonna have to win 50 coins. And then when you do, they give you a scratcher that you can scratch that usually has like about between, depending which scratcher you have, they have about ranges from 100K to 5 mil or 8 mil. Or even sometimes 12 mil that you can make off of that, so you have a bigger bankroll, therefore you can play longer. Some people like to buy their own money because they don't want to wait to do that, so just letting you guys know. In case you're interested in this app, it's called Wynn Slots, like the Wynn Hotel. That's where you're getting the room of. There's other slots out there too, but I believe they don't do free rooms though. I think they do like discount buffets, discount room rates, things like that. But yeah, this video is not at all sponsored. I just want to hook you guys up in case you guys are bored and you guys are, you know, at work in your cubicle, office, whatever. Just let this thing roll 500 times each time automatically. You could still win free rooms, free stuff. Heck yeah. All right, thanks you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. If you guys like these type of talk with me, get ready with me, chit chat videos, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. I made my bed for you guys. This was a mess at first, so thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.